Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Vera. I'm Troy McGraw, and we are here at a very sunny, good weather Rhinebeck High School as Rhinebeck gets set to take on Tuckahoe. Rhinebeck 4-1, and Coach Spadafino is coming off her 500th win, and after 500, it's all easy from here, right?
I hope so there, Charlie. You know, Coach Spad has a very good track record here with Rhinebeck softball. Rhinebeck softball has been like an amazing season for the past 20 years, so and she's looking for another great season here this year too, and to keep on getting those wins here, and hopefully she can continue on this hot streak of winning, and she can get over 600, 700 for the next few years.
Definitely. When we get back, we'll have the opening pitch here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, leading off for Tuckahoe will be Juliana Romero. And that's a strike from Elisa Rodriguez, as Olivia Dunn is their ace, but Rodriguez is their #2 pitcher, and she's pitching with the third day in a row they're playing, as they won Thursday. Friday they beat North Salem, and then they beat Port Chester yesterday for Coach Spadafino's 500th win, and now they play Tuckahoe. Port Chester, the biggest of those schools, but North Salem and Tuckahoe. Well, Tuckahoe's a pretty smaller school. Still D in football, C, softball, Rhinebeck B. It'll be a 2-1 count to Juliana Romero, the leadoff hitter from Tuckahoe, who has not swung the bat yet, and her first hit is to second, and a nice play by the second baseman, Marissa Santoli, for the first out. So that'll bring up Sarah O'Toole, a senior for Tuckahoe.
It's a huge rivalry game here, Charlie. Rhinebeck and Tuckahoe, not only in softball, but in every other sport here in general here for Rhinebeck and Tuckahoe. Basketball, baseball, and football.
Yeah, the fact that they play every sport basically in every season, you can always count on that matchup on your schedule.
That's right.
Makes it the rivalry, although they're about 15-20 minutes apart. My high school, Bronxville, was rivals with Tuckahoe as we were neighbors, but that was strike 3, swung on and missed by Sarah O'Toole, 2 away, and 2 up, 2 down for Alicia Rodriguez.
Coming to the plate is Jess Berger.
Strike right down the middle from Rodriguez, ahead of another batter. Same with O'Toole and Romero, though she fell behind 2-1 to Romero, and they got her to ground out. Back-to-back seniors, the only seniors on the roster, sitting second and third, Sarah O'Toole and Jess Berger from Tuckahoe, as opposed to Rhinebeck, who's got 5 senior captains. They're the fabulous 5, as that's a pop-up to Romero, actually to Santoli, Marissa Santoli, and she makes the catch, and it's a quick 1-2-3 as Santoli's involved in 2 of the 3 plays. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports with the bottom of the first as we get a first look at Rhinebeck's potent offense. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, and Coach Spadafino will have one of her top hitters batting leadoff. It's a good way of thinking because you get the most at-bats. Olivia Dunn, playing first today, usually pitches, but she'll lead it off, and she'll look like a take all the way, Peter. 0-1. Good pitch from the Tuckahoe pitcher. That is
Julianne Romero.
No, Maggie O'Hare.
Oh.
Maggie O'Hare, the freshman, on the mound. 1-2, done, fouls it off. The 1-2 bounced ball, 2-2.
Leadoff hitter working on this count nice and early here today.
10 a.m. start, moves up from 11. And Dunn will hit that to center, and it'll be caught in straightaway center, right at the center field. Barely had a move, was Romero. And Juliana Romero makes the catch for the first out, as that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Jessica Santoli. So 4 up, 4 down in this one to start. And that'll be bounced, and Santoli will take ball 1. Ball 2.
Rhinex taking a lot of pitches here today, Charlie.
So far, high strike for the first strike to Jessica Santoli. Strike 2 right down the middle. Good pitch to swing at, but she took it for strike 2, 2-2.
That's right.
Good take as she started the hands, but then held back, and it'll be a full count, first full count of the game. Strike 3 is not take the bat off her shoulder, and it'll be 2 outs. Gotta swing at that.
Yeah, she took all the pitches there. She didn't, like you said, she did not swing at one pitch there.
It's worth noting Tuckahoe has nobody on their bench, not one player. So if there's any injuries, gotta just.
It's going to be a pretty tough one.
You could
there.
technically, I think you could play with 2 8 players. You could play with the 2 outfielders, 8 players, and they could just stick the player in right. Or
it would be a tough one there with one person down. It's not like soccer that you can probably end up playing 10, 11.
Or the basketball game where, what was it, at the Barclays Center in November, where the guys all got ejected because they left the bench for the fight. Alabama, and they held on. Team put up some effort. It was Alabama was on the other side of it, I think. Yanuzzi hit a home run yesterday for the Tigers. As our facts for the Panthers, excuse me. Playing the Tigers here. Yanuzzi, good movement on that pitch. Started in the zone and then went down, and Yanuzzi did a good job to foul it off. Helps as being the catcher, knowing the strike zone. Although it's just the bottom of the first here, but.
Yanuzzi is the catcher here for Rhineck. This is actually our first home game here for Rhineck. First game got rained out.
Good changeup by Maggie O'Hare, the freshman, and she has 2 strikeouts. So when we get back, we will see if the perfect streak from both pitchers can continue as we head to the top of the second. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Peter Vera, I'm Charlie McGraw. It'll be the start of this inning and a fast strike from Elisa Rodriguez. She'll face her countermate, the pitcher, Maggie O'Hare, who had a strikeout of her own, and she'll take ball 1, 1-1. And that one will be fouled off. Tuckahoe will have 4, 5, 6. O'Hare, followed by Sabrina Rocco, and then Adriana Rocco. Not twins, but sisters. Third base, Adriana Rocco, just a 7th grader. No JV team. And then the shortstop, freshman, her sister, Sabrina Rocco, is up after O'Hare here. She takes the ball there. 2-2. And fouled off, staying alive is Maggie O'Hare. Full count now. Second full count, first full count for Rodriguez. In danger of having our first base runner of the game. And that one is popped up. Chasing after it is the first baseman Dunn, but it'll go out of play and remain a full count.
Both teams have been taking a lot of pitches here, Charlie, early in this game. Another player here on Tuckahoe get with a full count. Another batter, I should say.
And the umpire will throw it into the other umpire. The second full count pitch from Alicia Rodriguez. Ball 4. First base runner of the game is the opposing pitcher, Maggie O'Hare. Good at bat there from O'Hare. So Sabrina Rocco will step in. 5 hitter, number 5, playing short. And she'll pop it up. And Rodriguez fields her position for the first out. Usually you don't like to pitch her that, but she tracked it well and it was right in the circle, so she made the catch. As Marissa Santoli initially looked like she wanted to take it, but then Rodriguez fields her position and basically right at her. And that's a good piece of hitting, and that is a
foul ball.
Just foul. By inches. It would have been extra bases for Adriana Rocco.
That is right. Rynex survived the scare right there.
Bouncer stopped by Yanuzzi, who's been the starting catcher since 8th grade. Another LMC Varsity sports producer, Rob Moretti, fact. Follow him at LMC TV Sports.
Am I reading this correctly there, Charlie? Adriana Rocco is a 7th grader?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is, I'm sorry, but I just got to really think
they
that
don't
over.
have a very small school. They don't have a junior varsity. They only have the 9 players. They need her, and she almost had that nice hit there. So, and her sister's on the team. And that'll be bounced, and it'll be a double play. 6-3.
Nice play.
As throwing across the diamond was the shortstop from Rhinebeck, that is Stephanie Santoli, and she'll throw it over. And squeezing it on the other end was Olivia Dunn. So 6-3 unassisted, and facing the minimum so far is Alicia Rodriguez, despite that walk to start the inning. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, bottom of the second, following a nice double play turned by Stephanie Santoli, 6-6-3, as she got the ground ball, stepped on second and threw to first, and beat the base runner Rocco by about 3 steps, got her easily. It's rare to turn double play in a softball, but the fact that I was right at Santoli made it easy for her to make the double play. So it'll be 4, 5, 6. Rodriguez, Pechia, and Alexa Garcia. for Reineck. And Rodriguez, the pitcher, will bloop a single in front of the center fielder, Juliana Romero, and that is our first hit in the game. So Tuckahoe's pitcher is the first base runner, Maggie O'Hare. And then now Alicia Rodriguez from Reineck has the first hit of the game.
Both pitchers trying to help out their cause there, Charlie, just like the other day when we were doing the Mamaroneck game. The pitcher from Mamaroneck helped their own cause during that with that huge double that she had to bring in a few runs.
Strike right down the middle, taken by Peccia. And Peccia will take. Rodriguez, the ball was bobbled and she'll be safe. Good job to keep her hand on the bag. It's not like Tuckahoe can challenge it, but call that a stolen base because it was attempted throw and it was a delayed steal, but she got it nonetheless. Helped that it was bobbled, but so
Alicia Rodriguez helping out her cause big time here.
The single and now the stolen base. And Peccia, the third baseman, just an 8th grader. Yes, Peter, an 8th grader, will take the ball for Reineck. Reineck has 2 8th grade, as she was a JV call-up last year in the playoffs, where Reineck, would they lose in the sectional final to Valhalla? By more than like 5 runs, right? Yeah. Strike to Peccia. Carissa
Coach
Peccia.
Spad looking for her 501 win of her track record.
They're not. You don't get as much fanfare with that 501, and that'll be a foul ball by Peccia. There's no 501 club. Although Roberto trivia for all you fans out there. Roberto Clemente actually is the only player in baseball history and probably will ever be the only player, albeit Bernie Mac's character in Mr. 3000, who exactly had 3,000 hits because he ended his season with his 3,000th hit, and then he died doing charity work on a plane crash. He was going down to his homeland of Puerto Rico.
I think it was Costa Rica or something like that. It was an earthquake.
Well, he was in a
or
plane
yeah.
crash, I think. It was a plane crash, and he ended his career with exactly 3,000 hits. Very interesting fact.
Step to the pitcher, not to third.
We know Coach Spadafino will get more than 500 wins, though. She looks to make it 501 and make her team's record 5-1 if they can win here.
That's correct.
Carissa Peccia is still up there, 2-2, and she hits one the opposite field, and that's a base hit. Rodriguez a little slow getting started, and Coach Spadafino will send her, and she will score. So despite not getting the best read, Rodriguez will score, and it'll be an RBI single for Peccia, and the 8th grader comes through as there's back-to-back singles, and Reineck takes a 1-0 lead.
Nice piece of hitting by Carissa Peccia. She was down in the count, but she came back at it with a nice bloop single as well. Scoring the pitcher.
That'll bring up one of the 5 captains, Alexa Garcia. Usually see her in the infield, but she's in right today, pulling the D. Gordon, going from shortstop to the outfield.
Alexa Garcia is also a good, solid basketball player. We saw her during the basketball season here at Reineck as well.
Soccer, right? Oh, no. And the pitch to Garcia will be right down the middle. Looked like she was taken all the way. And the pitch here, Garcia grounds, and it goes through the legs of the third baseman. That'll be an E5. Slow hit, and it went right through the legs of Adriana Rocco. So if you put the ball in play, good things will happen. And Garcia advances Peccia to second, and it is still no outs, first and second following the E5, Alexa Garcia. And Coach Spadafino's lucky they don't have a counter for conferences from third baseman to the batter, because she loves to do that. But that's only in the majors now. They got the mound visits counter.
That's right.
The third base coaches batters counter. Visit counter.
Which they increased during the extra innings.
You get one extra per
Yeah.
inning. Nobody's even, I don't even think any team has
Gone
finished
to
the game
limit?
with one left. Like, nobody's gone the distance, and I'm pretty sure.
The Yankees did last weekend, or there was a game that they were getting close to almost finishing.
The rules more for the playoffs.
First pitch to Alana Prudian is, the left fielder is a ball. And low strike. Wow.
Yeah, that looked like a ball to me.
Low and inside. But the umpire gives his favorite call, the loud called strike.
Munch plants.
Nobody's at third. Smart play by Rodriguez to Peccia. Rodriguez scored. She'll get the stolen base. Garcia's got the player went to second, so Garcia was smart to stay there. First and third. She offered at it, and then that questionable call. It's 1-2 now to Prudian.
Smart base running by Reineck early today. A stolen base earlier by Alicia Rodriguez, and now one by Peccia.
That one was smart because the third baseman came in with a bumped attempt, and nobody covered third because the second baseman went to cover first. The shortstop went to cover second, although she should have went to third instead of second, and then you leave second open, and Garcia could have took, but
She wouldn't have left second.
she wouldn't have left second, Prudian, if she went to third. And that'll be a hit batsman as it hits her right on the foot, Prudian, and that'll load up the bases. So stolen base nonetheless, it would have loaded them up here. But you never know. And a hit by pitch for Prudian. I think there was no hit by pitch in our Mamaroneck game.
That's
there.
right,
The
Charlie.
first hit,
Not one hit by
batsman
pitch.
of this season, LMC.
And it
Varsity
took a
Sports.
while to get there to be a walk too during that game as well. A lot of strikeouts we did see in that game. By Gianna, what was her name? Gianna Magrino struck
And
out 11
unfortunately,
batters.
Rob couldn't tell us before the game, but she made her 300th strikeout of her career. Rob didn't know, but
Wow, that's
they got one
incredible.
by Rob there.
Incredible stats.
It's like beating Lundqvist in his prime. It doesn't happen much, but they got one by Rob. Nowadays, it's a common occurrence, but just
We do get
Seth
the-
Rothman, the former LMC Varsity Sports Director. You're right. I'm looking at my scorecard now. Well, the first walk wasn't until the fourth inning.
That's right.
Magrino walked Cabbage, and then she only finished with a.
But we did get stats earlier today by hearing that Coach Sped got her 500th victory yesterday.
It's Portchester, and they beat North Salem on Thursday. So unfortunately,
Coach Sped is on a hot streak again.
as the shortstop Stephanie Santoli takes ball. Strike one with the bases loaded and the infield in. Down 1-0 is Tuckahoe, trying to keep it this way. Still no outs. Rodriguez led off the inning with a single, stole second. It was brought home by the RBI single by Peccia, who stole third. Rosa Garcia reached on an error. She's on second, and Prudian just got hit. She's on first, foul, 1-2. By Stephanie Santoli, one of the 3 Santoli sisters on the team.
On the lineup as well.
Jessica Santoli in center. Stephanie, the batter, now short, and she'll be followed by her sister Marissa. Jessica's a senior. Jessica and Marissa, they must be twins. They're both seniors, and Stephanie's an 8th grader. So another twin combination here on LMC TV is the Pryors for Mamaroneck, also twins. Which softball twins will produce better numbers here on LMC TV, and that's popped up, and the third baseman has no chance as it drops in front of Rocco, and it'll remain a 2-2 count for the bases loaded for Stephanie Santoli. pitch, ball. Good take there by Stephanie Santoli, and it'll be a full count now. No outs.
You got nowhere to put her as well.
And that one is down the middle to the shortstop. She'll come home with it, and it'll be dropped by the catcher. So she'll be safe. So it'll be an E2, as that was right in the glove of Jess, the catcher Jess Berger. But she dropped it as it was a good throw by the shortstop Sabrina Rocco on a good play. So it'll be an E2. Even though, because if she catches it and it's not an error, it's an out. So it's a fielder's choice E2, because she reached on the fielder's choice E2. Bases loaded. Marissa Santoli up. Stephanie Santoli on first. Alana Prudian on second. And Alexa Garcia on third. Bases full of Panthers, and still no outs. Rhinebeck has a chance to bat around in the inning, as this is the 6th batter of the inning. Ball.
Rhinebeck is showing like they're very patient at the plate. We saw that in the first inning. Now we're seeing that in the second. They're really working the count here today.
Right down the middle. Good pitch there by O'Hare, excuse me, when she needed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marissa Santoli, the second baseman.
But if you do have a coach like Coach Spadafino with a lot of years of winning experience out there, you already know what's going to be seen here today, a winning program.
That'll be a strikeout, as it was foul tip right into the mitt, so a good job of Berger to redeem herself and hold on to the strikeout after dropping it and get the first out, as it's a strikeout for O'Hare. As it was caught by Berger on the foul tip. And back to the top of the order, Olivia Dunn here in the second. Good pitch there by O'Hare. That'll be... Both runs are unearned. I think both runs are unearned because... that one was off the foot of Dunn, 0-2. It's the last thing you want to see your star pitcher when she's playing first base. She's hitting and she fouls it off her foot. But she looks to be okay, although now she's in a little pain. There's 2 errors in the inning. So both on there?
The second one
is definitely
was on a
unearned.
single.
But the single was, actually you're right, it was before the error, so that was earned. Strikeout swinging on a pitch out of the zone, and Dunn will be retired. O'Hare there is that she was a little shaken up that it hit her foot. But she catches that ball at home, they're out of the inning, and it's only 1-0, but they're looking to get out of it with just the 2 runs in the 2 hours. It's not like they're facing Olivia Dunn today. Rodriguez is a good pitcher, but a little more manageable than the ace Dunn. Low strike. That's the same pitch he called a strike on to Santoli in the earlier Prudian. Santoli, that's a strike right down the middle.
Her sister's at first base.
The other sister just struck out. Ball, 2-1. Outside high. Two-one pitch to Santoli will be foul. Foul. It's foul all the way. In the air, it started in fair territory and then dip foul. Sliced. Sliced like Rob's golf shot. And it'll be a full count. So they'll put a quarter in the merry-go-round and everybody start going. Full count. Coach Spadafino confirmed it. It's full count. Now they'll go on the pitch It's in softball. Peter and I were talking about before the game. It's when they throw it, then they go. And didn't matter, strike 3, so she gets out of it by striking out the side. 2 runs off of errors, and there was 2 hits. An RBI single, 1 run earned, 1 unearned, and at the end of 2, Rhinebeck now has a 2-0 lead. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, it's our home plate umpire starts the inning with the yell of "Let's play ball." She said, "Let's go, ladies, now." And it'll be a ball to Lily Tyler, the first baseman, as Rodriguez now has 2 runs of support. 1 which came from her as she scored, and it's a base hit up the middle. So there goes the no-no in the 3rd inning here. As Lily Tyler, the 7-hitter, the first baseman with the first hit it for Tuckahoe. And that'll bring up Dylan Corrado, the 2nd baseman, as we'll get some signs from Tuckahoe coach Michael McGovern.
Yeah, we didn't see a hit for the opposing team against Mamaroneck until the 4th inning, I think, the other day as well. Was it like that?
There was no base runner, right?
Yeah.
She had a perfect game, Gianna Magrino. First pitch, strike to the Tuckahoe batter, Dylan Corrado, 2nd baseman. But a little later, because we had 2 rainouts. I think the softball game was rained out, and
We got the
2
snow.
softball games were rained out.
The first one was
One
a
was
snow
Rhinebeck. Snopener, yeah. Kept saying that.
It's been my new favorite word because the Yankees had the same situation.
But they didn't play in the snow. It was a snow out. And Dunn makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. Good range by Olivia Dunn. And Corrado retired 1 away. I'm gonna bring up the number 9 hitter, Melissa Dean. And she'll foul it straight back for strike 1. Tuckahoe's got some tall girls on this team.
Yep.
Right now,
More taller than our umpire today.
foul into the mid of Yanuzzi. Strike 2. Well, he makes up for what he lacks in height. He makes up for with his voice and his actions.
As we've
Enthusiastic
heard
and
today, there was
loud.
a dancing umpire as well one time.
Not today, though. Haven't seen that guy in a while. Strike 3. Strike 3 swung on and missed, and that'll be the top of the order, Romero, fourth, who grounded out to 2nd. A nice play by Marissa Santoli to start the game. Here in the 3rd, back to the top of the order, ball 1 inside. Nearly hit her. Right down the middle, good pitch from the senior Rodriguez. Strike 2 taken there by Romero. And that'll be a base hit, a good piece of hitting there by Romero, and Tyler will have to stay at 2nd, even with the 2 outs. Tyler not the fastest Tuckahoe runner, and she'll stay put, but a good piece of hitting. Back-to-back singles, albeit 2 outs between them for Tuckahoe, and they have 1st and 2nd with 2 outs.
Solid hitting by Tuckahoe in this inning. 2 solid base hits.
And that'll be grounded to 3rd, having to recover, and making the play is the 3rd baseman, Carissa Peccia, and she'll tag out the runner, Tyler, so it'll be 5 unassisted, and we will, as Rhinebeck, will get out of it, and we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd, 2-0. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, and Sam Yanuzzi, first pitch swinging, rips a base hit to left field as we have a base runner to start this inning with Yanuzzi on first. Sam Yanuzzi was the only Panther not to come to the plate in the second inning, as we are in the third now.
I think that was the first batter of Rhineck today that actually swung at the first pitch.
Yanuzzi's one of the best hitters on the team. She give her the green light on 3-0 and first pitch swing as well. As soon as you say that, Alicia Rodriguez takes a strike for first pitch. Yanuzzi anticipates that ball in the dirt, and she'll get a stolen base. As a catcher, you can see those pitches in the dirt easily, and she might have been a steal nonetheless, but it helped that it was in the dirt. And she'll be on second with no outs, and Rodriguez has a chance for her second hit. Now Rhineck has 3 hits. Alicia Rodriguez and Marissa.
Alicia Rodriguez started the rally last inning.
And now she's up here and takes it 2-1 as her and Peccia both singled and scored, which stole a base as well. Now Yanuzzi, 3 stolen bases as they're stealing on Jess Berger with Will.
Alicia last inning started the rally, like I said, with a single and then also stealing the base. So looks like Rhineck is doing the same thing this inning with Yanuzzi.
They're anticipating the ball in the dirt and going, and then Berger's throws have been late. That's why they're stolen bases, because they don't get past her. And that'll be a base hit for Rodriguez, and she will head to third, and she will be safe at third with a triple. Looked like it was going to be a double all the way, and then the throw went to second base, and the second baseman, Corrado, for some reason looked home like she had a chance with Yanuzzi, even though Yanuzzi had scored about 5 seconds before that. So it'll be an RBI triple, and Rodriguez is halfway to the cycle.
She's got a good stat record so far today. Triple, single, RBI, stolen base, and a few strikeouts as a pitcher as well.
A run scored. It was a perfectly placed. It was right on the foul line in the outfield, and wasn't the furthest or hardest hit ball, but it was perfectly placed as Carissa Peccia will look to add to the lead here for Rhineck, as it's 3-0 now in the third inning. Rhineck beat Portchester 8-0 and beat like North Salem 2 days ago 9-4. So they can score a lot of runs. Looking right now, this is their third game in a row, 20 combined runs already, and this game is only 2 innings old. Although at this rate, they won't have their bottom of the 7th at bat. Two balls, 1 strike here. And that one will be fouled. 2-2. Peccia back to the pitcher. She'll throw to third, and in a rundown will be Rodriguez, and it'll be dropped by the catcher. So in the rundown, dropping it at the last moment, and it's not like Rodriguez forced it out of her hand, but that'll be another error on the catcher, Berger. She dropped it. So it'll be unearned run and fielder's choice E2.
Peccia advanced to second during that rundown.
Heads up base running by her. Peccia on second. We'll have a conference between assistant coach Mary O'Reilly and the umpire, the home plate umpire. Maybe she's asking if
legal slide the whole plate or something.
the way the ball maybe came, maybe she said it was maybe forced out, or maybe that she had tagged her and then after the fact it fell. So that we have a conference here. I don't think it'll last too long. Well, they can't overrule that, but Coach Spadafino looks like she wants to know what's up, but
We don't got instant replay in this
Rob
level of varsity sports here.
could just come to the camera. Rob could rewind it.
Not admissible.
It's Peter's drinking his Monster Energy drink.
As a play-by-play analyst, as Rob said, I could take that little moment.
So that's the third error of the game, second for the catcher, Jess Berger. And it's just the third inning for Tuckahoe.
No outs yet in this inning.
Second fielder's choice that was hit into, and then the base runner reached. Santoli also reached on the error on the drop by the catcher as they went for the force out at home. It would have been a rundown. That was executed. It would have been what, a 1, 5, 2, 5-2. Because it was fielded by the pitcher O'Hare. She threw to Rocco at third. Rocco threw home. She got in a rundown. Rocco threw back. Rocco threw to Berger. Berger threw to Rocco. And then Rocco to Berger. So that'll be up the middle, stopped, and a base hit, infield single for Garcia as it was stopped on a nice play by Corrado, saved a run. And Garcia is at first, and advancing to third was Peccia, and a good coaching by Coach Spadafino holding up Peccia at third. And it'll be first and third, no outs.
I was thinking before, Alicia Rodriguez, who scored that run, she's our pitcher today, and she took that crazy slide down where the catcher is with all that equipment that the catcher has. See a lot of injuries and slides here and there.
It's usually when people don't know how to slide properly. Her slide looked decent there. It was just right into the catcher. It was feet first, and there. People slide head first unnecessarily into first or a home when they get hurt, like Libert Torres, Yankees' top prospect last year.
There's one time Jeter slid into third base into the catcher when the catcher was blocking third base back in 2003. Slid
Who was
straight-
that against again?
The Toronto Blue Jays.
What was it, a run?
He was running from first to third.
To third, and the catcher went to cover third base.
Where was the, I forget. Where was
It was
the,
like opening day.
oh, okay. How long was he out
He
for?
missed a long time.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
Is that when Eric Almonte played there? Short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sharp memory.
Yeah. Well, sure. You guys remember the play and the.
Well, if you're a huge Yankee fan, you remember these kind of things.
No, I am too. That's why I remembered Eric Almonte. Base hit, RBI single from Alana Prudian, not Eric Almonte. And Peccia will score her second run of the game. She's got 2 for 2, or actually she's 1 for 2 because she reached on a fielder's choice error. Garcia advances to second, and it's an RBI. As Prudian is now 1 for 1 as she was hit by a pitch as an RBI. As Stephanie Santoli is at 5-0. Tuckahoe thinks a bunt might be coming, but up 5-0. I don't know. Well, she is bunting. Not sure about that. Up 5-0. Never get a big enough lead, I guess.
This time you do see the shortstop cover third base now.
Well, I think Coach Michael McGovern probably talked to her Rocco after the inning last time. Gotta make sure you don't make the same decision. But Rocco, she won't be benched since they have no subs.
That's right. That's correct.
Santoli with 2 strikes. I doubt she'll be bunting here. Ever wonder if people don't put the bunt down so they can then hit? I always would put the bunt down, but that was my last. Wait, was that my last at bat? Yeah, that was my last at bat in high school. I was in a playoff game. I bunted the guy over. He had me strike 3 right down the middle of Santoli will take it when I was playing in Bristol, Pleasantville. He had me bunt, and then there was a wild pitch on my bunt attempt. I pulled back, so 1 out. The guy went from first to second. So then he had me bunt him over from second to third, and then the next guy he had to do a suicide squeeze, and he missed it, and we lost the game in extras. That was brutal.
Tough luck.
Sacrifice bunt.
That was just the first out of this inning on that strikeout.
Another strikeout. Was that swinging or looking, that strikeout?
That was looking, it seemed.
Looking, yeah. First look. Oh, second looking.
Window shopping.
5 strikeouts now for O'Hare. It's a lot against this Rhineck lineup.
That's 6. I got a 6 right there. You got Jessica Santoli struck out twice. Sam Yanuzzi 1.
Yeah, you're right. 6. No, it was 2 in the first, 3 in the second. That's 5, and 1 in the third. Despite the big inning last time, she struck out the side. Santoli takes it in the dirt for ball 4, and it'll be bases juiced for Olivia Dunn at the top of the lineup. Her 3rd at bat already here in the 3rd inning.
She has gotten to the plate every single inning.
That's why it's her 3rd at bat in the 3rd inning, Peter.
You never know. She could probably be up there again in the 4th.
0 for 2, fly out to center, and then struck out after fouling it off her foot. It's 5-0. 3 runs in this inning. Big blow was the triple by Alicia Rodriguez, and then she scored on the error. But Berger, strike 1. Still don't know what that conference was about, but with the umpires after that play, it was because they thought she didn't drop. She tagged her and then dropped. Technically, if you hold it long enough and then drop it, it'll count, but it was close. There's no replay, so. This one will be foul, no man's land. And it'll be 0-2, as it'll drop between the left fielder, O'Toole, third baseman, Rocco, and the shortstop, Rocco. Do you still like to show Rocco's modern life? That one will be swung on and missed, and Dunn's woos continue at the plate. She's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks and a flyout to center. Changeup got her again by Jess Berger called it, and Maggie O'Hare pitched it. As it'll be Jessica Santoli, and then if she can get up, Samantha Yanuzzi for the 2nd time in the inning.
Maggie O'Hare, 4 out of her 5 outs. Am I saying this correctly? Looks like they've all been on strikeouts. Just 1 out has been recorded by the flyout.
No, 6 of the 8.
That's right. There you go.
Because it's the 3rd inning, so there's been 8 outs recorded as there's
That's
2
correct.
outs and 6 strikeouts. Dunn flew out to center, and what was the other?
No, it would be 6 of 7, or 7 of 8. 7 of 8. There you go.
She has 7 Ks now.
Yeah.
Right, after Dunn, she has 7. Right, 7 of 8 have been strikeouts. The other one was a fly out to Romero. Also have been 3 errors. Either they were dropped by the catcher, and then the one that went through the legs of Adriana Rocco, the third baseman. Inside, it gets away, and sliding in safely, Garcia as the wild pitch will score Garcia. And advancing to third is Prudian. Advancing to second is Santoli, Marissa Santoli. And it'll be second and third with Jessica Santoli up. She already has 2 strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging. 6-0 lead now for Rhineck. Although if you just were looking out, if you just drove up here and looked and didn't look at the letters on the jerseys, you would think it might be Rhineck Mamaroneck.
That's right.
Tigers.
As there
Tuckahoe
is
Tigers.
a lot of Tigers here, Charlie, in Westchester County. Yeah. As we did, ooh.
Nice catch on the liner. Santoli. And a good reflexes by Maggie O'Hare. That gets a cheer from the Rhineck parents on that catch. And it is now 6-0 as Rhineck batted around. All 9 batters came to the plate there in that inning. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Jess Berger, the catcher, leads off for Tuckahoe as they trail 6-0 in the 4th. It'll be 3-4-5. Catcher, pitcher, and shortstop. Berger, O'Hare, Rocco. Ball, 1-1. We've seen 7 strikeouts from O'Hare and just 2 from Rodriguez. Just 2 strikeouts.
That is correct. She only has 2 strikeouts.
Glad
as
you
of
can
now.
confirm that. No, well, we didn't. We had to reconfirm as that's a base hit. And O'Hare will sprint to first and then take a turn and stay there. A base hit for, actually, excuse me, for Berger. Now O'Hare's up as Tuckahoe back to back innings with the leadoff hitter on as O'Hare, who's up now, walked in the 2nd. Lily Tyler singled last inning in the 3rd, and now a single for Berger, their 3rd hit off of Rodriguez. Cleanup hitter O'Hare squares to bunt and pulls it back. Guess Tuckahoe just wants a run.
Tuckahoe wants to get their runners moving here.
When you square, like I was saying before, sometimes you force. We saw it when Coach Spadafino had it on it. Throws a pitch and you're able to take the base nonetheless. Good day for softball, baseball, maybe even the beach. And that one is grounded at the shortstop, takes a bad hop, and a nice recovery play to make the out by Marissa Santoli. Good focus just to get the out, avoid making an error, and O'Hare is retired. Never can assume the double play, as that'll be the first out of the inning, but moving up to second was Berger, so the sacrifice, albeit on a ground out, works there. Rocco, who popped up to the pitcher, will step in. Sabrina Rocco, ball 1. And that'll be grounded, and Coach Mike McGovern will make the play in the 3rd base box. And that'll be popped up foul towards the fans, and it was out of play as it was past the line. And it'll be 1-2 now. Even if a player caught that, that's out of play because it's beyond the line. So it wouldn't have counted. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Rocco, Sabrina Rocco. Ball 2-2.
There's no diving into the stands in here.
Can't tell Jeter that. So that'll be foul. Rocco towards us. And it'll be
nice throw by our play-by-play analyst, Charlie McGraw here.
That's some spicy brown mustard on it.
Did you get that on camera?
I don't know if he's actually related to Tug McGraw.
Nice play by Yanuzzi. 2 away. Coach thought I was going to flip to him, but I elected to throw the BB to Rodriguez.
Our third base coach
He
for
said, "Good
Tuckahoe
coach."
had no idea that Charlie used to play baseball.
It's all right. So now Rocco popped up to the pitcher and the catcher, and that's a ground ball to short, and it'll be thrown across the diamond. Stephanie Santoli. So both Santolis make the plays in the field, and they'll strand the runner on first. 1 hit, 1 left on base. End of 3.5. 6-0. Rhinebeck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Samantha Yanuzzi. First pitch swinging once again towards center field, but it's right at the center fielder. She just got under it. Wind pushed it in a little, and good thing we come back right away. She led off the 3rd inning with a first pitch rip single, and then stole the base and scored, and then first pitch swinging there, hit the furthest ball we've seen in the game, but it was right at Romero, about 10 feet short of our cameraman Jaril Semister, and about 10 feet in front of the wall. That's 230, 235 about where she hit it, but 15 feet in, so about 220.
Yanuzzi hit a home run yesterday, so that was pretty close of being 2 days in a row.
Although it hung up in the wind and it just died, but she'll get another chance. It's the 4th inning, so she'll get one more at bat at least. And then that'll be taken by Alicia Rodriguez, who is pitching.
Alicia Rodriguez showing her Ohtani abilities here today.
Although Ohtani doesn't pitch and hit it the same day.
That's right, but he still does it. He can pitch
Noah
and hit.
Noah Syndergaard did it, 2 homers and a... Well, he was pitching against the Dodgers last year, or 2 years ago. Lisa Rodriguez, though, was 2 for 2, triple, single, stolen base, and an RBI, and 2 runs scored. And she, on the mound, where she got given up, hasn't allowed any base runners to reach 3rd base, and she has just the 2 strikeouts, but no runs, no hits, and no walk, no 1 walk.
She gave up 2 singles or 3 singles.
She chased that pitch though, and it's looking for her first 1-2-3 inning since the 1st inning is O'Hare, and she's 2/3 of the way there. The 3 singles by Tyler, Romero, and Berger. Carissa Peccia, who's scored 2 runs, has a stolen base, an RBI, a single, reached on a E2 fielder's choice. They threw home, and that was the play that Rodriguez scored on. And that'll be towards right, and a base hit. Peccia's 2nd hit, I think her 1st hit was like that, as it was a bloop single. She hit it to center though. And Alexa Garcia, who is 1 for 2. She's now batted in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. And Garcia fouls it. Rodriguez 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as well. And Peccia 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All have had at-bats in those innings. Garcia batting 6th.
Only the 1 and 2 hitters of Rhinebeck has batted in the first 3. Maybe if we get to see if Rhinebeck can get something out of this inning, that would be great. See if those first 2 hitters can bat in every inning.
6, 7, 8, and 9 will all have to get on.
That's right.
2 outs. And that won't happen as she lines out. It's a soft line drive, and it'll be 1 left on, 1 hit. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Still 6-0 Rhinebeck over the Tigers from Tuckahoe. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, Tuckahoe will have 7, 8, 9. But Lily Tyler, who got a base hit, one of only 3 base hits for Tuckahoe, will lead off, followed by Dylan Corrado and Melissa Dean. And it'll be new second baseman for the Panthers. Sophia Weiss enters. The senior replaces Marissa Santoli at second base. And she will come in and bat 9th. So she will be up 3rd next inning. And that is fouled off by Tyler. Okay. To be the only, well, actually, no. The only Tiger with 2 hits in the game. His 3 hits have been spread out between Tyler, Berger, and Romero. And hits it to 3rd, making the play and throwing across the diamond is Carissa Pachia. Last inning was the first inning. Rhinebeck hasn't scored since the first inning, and Pechia cuts it off in front of Santoli, and it's 2 back-to-back pitches that are ground balls to the 3rd baseman, and Pechia makes the play as she cut it off in front of Santoli, showing some range. And there are 2 quick outs as the 9-hitter Melissa Dean will step in for the Tigers. Strike taken. Game moving along here. Hour 15 mark in the 5th inning.
Petcha doing good at the plate and on the field as well.
Strike 2, swung on and missed. As Rodriguez looks for her 3rd K of the game. All swinging, well, 2 swinging Ks, O'Toole and Dean. And won't happen on that pitch as it's fouled away. Rodriguez strikes out Dean, and 1-2-3 inning. First time since the 2nd, which was because of a double
3rd time
play.
would be actually.
First time since the 2nd inning. As, well, technically 1-2-3, but a double play was the reason. So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, ball 1 to Alana Prudian, who's 1 for 1, got hit by a pitch, singled, and has an RBI, stranded on 3rd and 2nd. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Prudian fouls it towards Sean Kelly, and nice moves by Kelly there. He's got the moves like Jagger.
The other day he was mentioning to me that he actually almost got hit last year on a foul ball as well.
But because he was so quick, he got out of the way just like that. But he got the camera out of the way too. Camera first, Lana Prudian to right. What a catch! A diving effort by the right fielder, Melissa Dean, and she makes the web gem. And at first looked like she was going to be able to catch it on the fly, but then she laid out and made a nice catch, as it was a good piece of hitting by Prudian the other way, but a nice catch, and it's just a loud F09 for Prudian.
Check that out on LMC TV's Top 10 Plays with Rob Moretti later.
No, because it's from the other team, it won't make it. That won't be a play of the week. It was a good catch.
That was called extra bases written all over it.
I thought she was going to get there without having to dive, and then she kind of slowed down a little and then dove, but timed it perfectly. Almost popped out. The umpire was right there. That's a base hit for Stephanie Santoli, and a good job to keep it in her glove. As Santoli gets her first hit of the game, reached on a fielder's choice error. Sophia Weiss, who came into the game, the senior off the bench for Marissa Santoli, will bat here 9 and takes a ball just outside with Stephanie Santoli on first and 1 out. Prudian was robbed by Melissa Dean to start the inning.
Sophia Weiss.
No, Alana Prudian was robbed. Alana Prudian hit the ball. That was robbed by Melissa Dean as Sophia Weiss is up 2-0 count. Just recapping the inning. And taking all the way, Weiss, 2-1. Like a statue. Weiss 3-1. This could be the first walk from Maggie O'Hare. No walks, Peter. She hit a batter, but that's not a walk. Wait.
We did have a walk.
No, you're right. It
Alicia
was
Rodriguez.
Santoli. No, Santoli. Rodriguez got a hit, a triple, and a walk.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Marissa Santoli in this batter slot, the 9-hitter, walked in the 3rd inning. That was the only other walk for Rhineck. And a delayed steal, and because the throw was low and it was a hop, was able to slide safely was Stephanie Santoli. She delayed slide. As Olivia Dunn is up. Olivia Dunn 0 for 3, a rare 2 strikeouts, fly out to center. As Weiss, stolen base for Stephanie Santoli. And that'll be foul. Good crowd here at Rhineck. Peter's alma mater. Peter, what famous alumni went to Rhineck? Anybody?
We don't have any famous alumni at Rhineck, actually.
Oh, besides you?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
we had
yeah.
somebody from.
Besides you, right?
We had
yeah, Carly.
America's
yeah, I know
Got
her.
Talent.
No, I know. I had when I was writing freelancing, I had to cover that parade, and that'll be Dunn will be safe at first. Get credit for an RBI there, and the run comes as Santoli did not stop. She went right through 3rd and scored, and an RBI single for Dunn. That's a break out of a game slump there. Scoring was Santoli, and Rhineck leads by a touchdown now over Tuckahoe.
We do have
because they just added the extra point.
MLB scout out there who played here
Ryan
baseball
Pennell, yeah,
and
yeah,
football
okay.
and basketball.
But like
Ryan
Roger
Pennell.
Goodell went to my high school. Although he's not.
I wouldn't brag about that one.
Yeah.
Probably overheard there, Rob Moretti.
Pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter now.
Straza.
Jessica Santoli will be pinch hit for by Jamie Straza here in the 5th inning. Coach just told Straza with a adder before, boy, come to the bench, play 1st inning, and you get drilled. Hit by pitch there. 2nd player hit by a pitch by, as Prudian got hit by a pitch by O'Hare. O'Hare only has 1 walk, but she's got 2 there. It's a painful way to get to first. 1st and 2nd for Yanuzzi. Singled, stole a base, flew out to center on the deepest ball hit in the game, and struck out. So you get to see Yanuzzi here with 1st and 2nd and 2 outs. What's the mercy rule now, Mr. Moretti?
It's still 15.
15.
Yep.
Not the easiest thing to do.
Happens all the time.
They are
When's the last time it happened?
less than halfway.
About halfway.
That's right.
Well, because you can't get 7.5 runs, Peter.
You never know.
Nope, that can't be done.
Yanuzzi with a rare take on a first pitch strike. She, as Peter said, she swung at the first pitch to lead off when she got the base hit in the third. I think Peter said he thought it was the first time a Rhinebeck player swung at the first pitch. At the third, and she fouls that off on the 0-1 count, and it's now 0-2. Oh, here looking to
He flirted with that fly ball out. Almost had a few more inches out. If a little more wind out there, maybe could have been out of there.
could have reached our cameraman in center field, Jareel Semister. Mr. Semister. I think he would have made the catch though. Ball, 2-2. Good take by Yanuzzi. I like how she looked that all the way into the glove and even through the face mask of the softball helmet. Good take. It was a professional take right there. There's a difference between a take and a good take, and that was a good take. Ball 3, that'll set the wheels in motion, and full count. First and second will be going with the pitch. On the pitch, Frank Spadafino, assistant coach, tells the runner. Here in the bottom of the fifth. And Yanuzzi swings at it, hits it towards right, and it'll be caught. Again, a nice catch by Melissa Dean as she caught it on the run. And 2 nice catches by her keeps Rhinebeck off the board for the second straight inning. But Rhinebeck still leads 6-0 through 5 here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside our cameraman Sean Kelly, Jareel Semister, and Rob Moretti, also our LMC Varsity Sports producer, and Peter Vera. I'm Troy McGraw. Top of the 6th, Romero, the leadoff hitter, comes up for the Tigres.
For los
From
Tigres de Tuckahoe contra las Panteras de Rhinebeck.
Not Cinco de Mayo.
And Juliana Romero, she's 1 for 2, grounded out to second and got a base hit. Grounds out to the sure-handed Carissa Peccia.
Third time's the charm.
Peccia. There's always a name every season that haunts me. Once it was Dente.
Peccia got 2 solid plays last inning. Now
Who's the other hockey player, Rob?
Who, Carducci? Schreiber.
No, I knew Carducci.
Schreiber.
It was Schreiber?
Yeah, you're saying like Schreiber.
Oh my God. No, I know Carducci perfect. And that'll be...
Even on the foul ball, she goes at it like...
Impressive foul ball.
Her play was almost as good as mine on the foul ball. That's just... Come on, it's 7-0. We gotta...
On the replay from back in the 3rd or 4th inning, Charlie McGraw had a very nice play from his feet.
And that's funny because right after I made the play before, Yanuzzi caught the pop-up. And then right after you're talking about it, she catches a pop-up. O'Toole. She's now 0 for 3. Bring up Berger, 1 for 2. Still just 3 hits. Berger has 1. Tyler and Romero. The 1, the 3, and the 7 hitters for Tuckahoe all have hits. As Berger, the 3 hitter and catcher. Neither team using a DP for any player. Tuckahoe can't because they don't have enough players to have a DP. But Rhinebeck could have, and they're not. This game should be an under 2-hour game. The early 10 o'clock start, it's 11:33. Here on Saturday. You might be watching this at home though and be like, was this from last year? No, it was a week ago, even though it's freezing outside. a week from now when you're watching this game. This is Saturday, April 14th. You might be in your house with the blanket and having a glass of hot cocoa.
You never know, Charlie. They
heat
could have some good weather too.
Well, tomorrow it's supposed to snow maybe, and the next week, right, Radar Rob? It's gonna be cold again?
Yeah,
next week, right?
nice.
No. So this is airing Friday, and then it could be cold when you're watching this. Petchia again. No! That's a tough call. Is that a base hit? No, she would have been out.
Error on the throw.
Really?
Should have reached for it.
Should have caught it though.
Yeah, we should have reached for it.
E5.
Go 85.
So Berger reaches for the second time on the error from our LMC Varsity.
Speed it if she caught it.
It was very close. She was running down the line. She was
It's a
fast.
single and then an E5 puts her to second.
They probably gave her a hit. I don't know though.
We'll hit an E5.
What will you get an error? Nah, just an error straight up or?
Infield single, E5 to second.
So 2 hits for Berger. Only Tuckahoe player with 2 hits, and that's a out. As a good play by Stephanie Santoli to retire the side. So 1 left on base following the hit and error. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 6th here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Something like that, yeah.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, ball 1 to pitcher Alicia Rodriguez, who will come up for actually
Rhineck.
4th time in 5 innings.
The A-Rod of Rhineck.
You just thought of that, man? It's the 6th inning.
Well, it's been a while.
Rodriguez over the head of Sean Kelly.
I was comparing her to Otani throughout the game, and now it just came up to me that her first initial of her first name is A, and her last name is Rodriguez.
It took you that long?
Yeah, it took me that long. I'm sorry.
It's not that early anymore, though.
When it's a 7-0 game,
I already said that. An
6
inning ago.
innings, my head is like.
So funny.
Full count? Swung on and missed, back-to-back strikeouts for Rodriguez. And
Pinch hitter.
10 strikeouts now for double digits. Giving up 6 runs, although a couple were unearned.
Olivia Allison is going to come to the plate.
This coach getting most of her bench in. As Allison takes a pitch, Carissa Petchia will be replaced by, as Peter said, Olivia Allison. The 8th grader being replaced by the junior. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. She's looked pretty good on the mound with the 10 strikeouts and just a couple errors by the team, her team, for Maggie O'Hare. She's pitched a decent game.
Yeah, she did. She
Only walked 1 batter and hit 2. Gave up, I think half the runs were earned and half were unearned maybe. There were 3
How much did you say? How many strikeouts did she had?
11 now.
Wow.
After this strikeout, 11. As Allison goes down swinging.
Just like our pitcher from Wednesday, Magrino.
She had 11, right?
Which is also from the Tigers.
See our first lefty from Rhineck off the bench. Nina Sullivan will replace Alexa Garcia.
Coach Sped using her all her bench players in here.
I think she's got 4 players on the bench, and now she's used them all. Just the wind picks up a little. Some trash and debris blowing around. Outside ball. Rhineck really does not have many lefty hitters. A softball. Mamaroneck has a couple. White Plains had more than a couple the other day. outside corner, strike 2. Umpire still trying to make his 12:30 lunch reservation at at Sedona. He wants to beat the line at Anthony's, right? Oh, swung on and missed by Sullivan. And that'll be the end of the 6th inning. Striking out the side, all swinging by, she's got 12 strikeouts, O'Hare. And we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Last licks for Tuckahoe. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. First pitch will be grounded to the re-entered player, Carissa Peccia, and she'll throw it over as Alicia Rodriguez gets the first out. And Sabrina Rocco is retired. 1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out. Adriana Rocco will now be up, followed by Lily Tyler. Rocco 0 for 2, grounded into a double play and grounded to short. Both balls were hit to short. And Tyler, one of the only players with a base hit. Jess Berger has 2 hits. Juliana Romero has 1, and Tyler on deck has 1. Ball inside. A good pace for a 7-0 game. Hour 45. And that ball is hit well, and that'll be a base hit and more. Extra bases here for the Tigers, Adriana Rocco, and she'll coast into second with a double, and that was perfectly hit into the gap, tracked down by Jessica Santoli in center. Most of the starters who were hit for re-entered in the field. But Rocco gets a base hit, splits the gaps. First hit of the game for her, and first extra base hit for Tuckahoe in the game. Their 5th hit in this one. And Tyler will come looking to drive in the first run for Tuckahoe, and it's on the inside corner for strike 1. Rodriguez's pitch. Tyler pops it up to second, and that is the second baseman Weiss. Sophia Weiss catches the pop-up for the second out, 2 away. So just Rodriguez in danger of finishing the game with just 3 strikeouts, but has the shutout intact. Strike 1 right down the middle, gassed that one up, one of her faster pitchers of the game, and it will be one of her last. She really got into that one. Rodriguez is 0-1, grounded. Peccia, and it's wide as not making the catch was done, and they will score the first run. There goes the shutout, as good throw would have had her. So that's no RBI, an error on Peccia. It was wide. Dunn almost made the play. Corrado reaches first and second on the error. 1 base error, but. So second error for Peccia after she made the first about 7 plays hit to her. Not the easiest play over there. Dunn usually pitches, so, but she could have maybe just missed it. But the 9 hit her up looking to put the ball in play for the first time. Melissa Dean, she made that great play in the field in the 5th inning. Those 2 catches, the one really good one. Strike 2. Looking to have Dean be 3 of her 4 strikeouts for Rodriguez. Make sure you stay tuned for the post-game show and interviews here on LMC Varsity Sports coming up next. And that'll be the ball game, as Rhinebeck will win this one 7-1. And it was a good game, Peter and Rhinebeck. After it was first and a half innings, Rhinebeck then scored to make it 2-0 in the bottom of the second, and then they had 4. The big inning was the 4 runs in the third. In the 3rd inning for the Panthers. Big 3rd inning was the difference.
That's right. The inning that started off by but actually the second inning also was a pretty good inning for the Panthers started by Alicia Rodriguez.
Family, friends, and relatives.
So we'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports As final score 7-1, post-game interviews and analysis. Back here on the post-game show with the winning pitcher, Alicia Rodriguez. And Alicia, it was your first game pitching this season. How did you feel out there?
I felt pretty great. I wanted to give Olivia a break. She pitched 3 games this week, and I always want to back her up, help her out, and I know I have my team behind me to help me out.
And yeah, your team behind you, you only had the 4 strikeouts, but you were able to, they made all the plays in the field, and how good is that as a pitcher to have that defense with you?
That's amazing. Honestly, having your defense behind you is the best thing, that knowing you can trust your infield, your outfield, that they're going to back you up and make the plays.
And you had a couple hits to back up your own cause, including the only triple in the game, and that was a big inning that you guys had. What was the key to that 4-run third inning?
Making contact, our base running, just like knowing what's going on, how many outs, your count, everyone just like putting hits together and contributing each on their own.
And we're back here with LMC TV Varsity Sports with here Peter Vera alongside Coach Sped. How did you feel today with Lisi pitching today after having Olivia not pitching as
Very
normal?
confident. Lisi's an amazing pitcher, and just because we've had so many rainouts and we haven't had consecutive games, Olivia's been able to rest. But once now we get going again, Lisi will be pitching more. She did a great job.
Yeah, she did a very good job today. And apart from her, you saw a very good contributors out on the field today. You had a very good defense out there. How did you feel about that?
I felt great. I mean, her job is to get the ball over the plate, either strike them out, a grounder, pop up, and we really backed her up nicely today.
That is very good. And as well, we also saw a lot of good, solid hitting out there. And how do you look forward to seeing that work more during the rest of the season?
Well, it's nice to have not to have to rely on 1 or 2 hitters. So it's great, all 9 can hit or put the ball into play. And I thought today the base running especially was really good.
Mm-hmm. And we also want to congratulate you, apart from LMC TV, that you've won your 500th victory yesterday, and today would be 501. So congratulations, Coach Sped from LMC TV.
You know how fond I am of LMC TV. Great guys who appreciate your coverage all the time.
Back here on the post-game show, final score was 7-1, and besides the error in the end, the Rodriguez didn't give up any earned runs, so an unearned run is the difference there, and she pitched well, as she's their number 2 pitcher in softball. You can almost go the whole season with just 1 pitcher, but because it was their 3rd game in a row, Coach Spadafino put Rodriguez in, and she looked like she was their ace.
Yeah, Alicia did everything that she could today to give rest for Olivia, and apart from that, she did everything on the base pass too, and the hitting wise. She had a single, triple, as we saw the other day. The same thing with the pitcher from Amerenik. We can't complain. Another great game here today.
Right, and Rhinebeck is now 5-1 as Coach Spadafino won her 501 game, and she's been coaching this team for several, like 20 years now.
That's right.
And so Rhinebeck 5-1, and a good job there with that big inning. 4 runs in the 3rd. That was the difference.
Right. That's the big difference, like you said. Their catcher, what was her name? Yanuzi, had a great game as well at the plate. A lot of people had a great day at the plate. You can't complain today if you're a Rhinebeck fan, softball fan. Everybody contributed, not only on the base pass, but also on the defense. As you saw, the third baseman did a great day. What was her name? Pechi, I think it was her name. Last name. Pechi had a great day also. There are a few errors, but she did a very solid day at third base.
Yeah, Peche made all her plays until the last play of the game.
That's right.
And so final score 7-1 as Rhinebeck beats Tuckahoe here on LMC Varsity Sports. Alicia Rodriguez is good pitching, and the 4-run 3rd inning were the difference. A lot of people to thank. CEO Eric Lewis, COO Matt Sullivan, community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti. Our camera crew was Jarrell Semister, Sean Kelly, and Rob Moretti. Once again, for Peter Vera, I'm Troy McGraw saying thanks so much for watching and have a great evening.